going on? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Attacker Productions. Today, I Bankrupt joins again by Adam, and he's brought us the OG, if I recall correctly, of Soul Striker. Not my favorite, but hey, my favorite guy to rot it. Yeah, there's buttons, links, so check them out. Let's get into this.
Alright, so Super Saiyan God Son Goku, the OG. So when this card attacks, you get to choose up to one of your energy and switch it to active mode. The Awaken is if you have 4 or less. Back in the day, all you could do was draw 2 cards on Awaken, so that's what this one does. On the Awaken side, when you swing, you get to draw a card and restand 2 of your energy to active mode, 2 of your blue energy. Also, it does have a permanent. If during your turn you have 5 energy, it gets a little plus 5k boost, which is nice. So this is a little bit different than what I'm used to. As you guys know, I like alternate win conditions, so we're playing this one a little bit different. We're going to start off with the Z deck, and it'll maybe make some sense for you. We play 2 of Hit, Pursuing Improvement. This particular Z battle card allows you to combo from the drop area one of your U6 cards. So we're typically, well, you'll see what we charge here in just a little bit, but also at the end of your turn, he gets to restand as well as he restands one of your energy too. So I'll probably put this at 3 and get rid of one of the other ones that I'm not a super fan of. But to help with Awakening, we're going to use Surmounting the Impossible, very common kind of self-awakener. We also have, this is probably the one that I'm going to switch out for another one of the Hit. Now, one that surprises a lot of people when I play it is going to be this one. It's too good not to play if you can afford 2 yellow energy. So this one will help with a little bit of board control, but it also gains critical, which scares a lot of people. So we're going to hold on to that one. Oolong, because it's great. I only play 1 copy currently. It allows you to basically take the power level of another battle card on the field and use it instead of that 4,000. So it becomes a really nice big attacker for that late game. And then I haven't actually played this onto the leader because I'm not ramping. But I do have this in case I do get to a long game and I need to get up to 20k. So that's the Z deck. For the main deck, we're going to start off with 3 of the check lands. This is going to be Beerus, Fickle God, which you can get rid of the energy exhaust if you have another yellow-blue card. One of the nice things about this OG leader is that it will restand these cards as well as your mono-blue cards, which is why I decided to go with this one instead of the newer version. Which is everybody's favorite, right? And then for draw power, I just have 2 of the draw apes because we like to draw cards. We want to find our necessary pieces. I haven't really talked about what the deck is supposed to do yet because we'll get to that. A couple of Senzu beans just to try to help with those decks that have really wide boards that are using a lot of low to the ground Z battle cards to just give my leader another 5k. Also restand some energies, because we do use those during our opponent's turn. So this may start to give away kind of what our alternate win con is going to be. So we have 4 copies of the Janemba, the Janemba Unison. We mainly use this for its ±0, which is an activate main. You and your opponent draw a card, and then your opponent is going to mill the top card of their deck. So this alternate win condition is going to be a mill deck. So, boom. There's the the big reveal.
From hand control to just decking people out.
That's right. So kind of the backbone of the deck is going to be the Janemba, a couple of Janemba chains. So this is the Psyche Demon, which allows you to look at the top 7 cards of your deck, choose a Janemba, or you can look at the bottom of your deck, and if there's a Janemba there, you can put it into your hand. After you play that one, you're going to play Childish Heart Janemba. I know these are old school cards because I'm an old school dude. But you'll evolve on top of the Psyche Demon for 2. And if you remember with your leader, it's basically free because then when you attack with the leader, it'll allow you to restand those 2 energy. And then you can pay 1 blue, and you can put this card to the bottom of the deck after you've looked for a Janemba card and put it into your warp, and then you get to play that Janemba cost 4 less from your warp area. The Janemba that we're going to be looking at, we have 2 options for our Janembas. We've got 2 of the Agents of Destruction and 2 of the blue-yellow Agents of Destruction. This Janemba here has Aegis, so you can pitch a blue and yellow card from your hand. You get to restand 2 energy, and if there's no other Evil Incarnate cards on the field, then you get to mill your opponent 1, which is really nice. And then this one is just, you play it, you activate main, send it back to your warp, you draw a card, your opponent mills, I think it's 3 cards. Yeah, 3 cards from the top of their deck. And you also get to restand an energy at the end of your turn. We do want those energies for some of the cards that we're going to be playing on our opponent's turn that we'll get to here soon. I do run 2 of the Reality Bender Janemba. If your opponent has cards but you don't, then you can go ahead and play this one. And you are going to be able to put 2 cards from the top of your opponent's deck to their drop area, so more mill. And all those Janembas have crit, which is scary for a lot of people. People don't like critical. Makes them sad. So for our super combos, we play 3 of the Vegetas and 1 of the Keflas. The reason that we play the Kefla, of course, is so that we can go ahead and pull it from our drop area with that hit free. But you don't get the effects, obviously, but you do get that plus 10k and the blue and yellow. So that's what we're playing for our super combos. Another couple other U6 options that we're going to be trying to get into our drop area to be able to use with hit. Both of these, basically, you can combo if you have a blue and yellow card in your energy. So it's going to help us get to the to some arrival options with blue and yellow. One of those arrival options for more of an aggressive turn is going to be Super Saiyan 2 Kefla. We run 3 of these. And this isn't really part of the mill strategy. It's more of if we need to pivot and start actually hitting a little bit harder, we can go ahead and play this card. But it is also blocker, which is really nice. A 30k blocker will help elongate the game, which gives you more opportunities to mill cards. This particular one, if it has an activate main, if you pitch a copy of itself, you get to draw and it gets dual attack. So you have a dual attack, double strike blocker, 30k, which is really nice. And you get to pull this from the drop with your hit if you need to. Our arrival targets, we've got, and people are going to smoke me in the comments for this, but we've got 3 different copies of Bojack.
No, that's the way I do it.
All right. So this Bojack is really nice. It's an arrival blue-yellow for 1 yellow. And then when you play it, you get to rest one of your opponent's cards, and you also get to mill the top card of their deck. And it's also a 20k blocker, which is pretty fantastic. Something that came in really handy, and I may even actually bump it up to 1 extra copy, is going to be Oceanus. Especially for those that have, like I played against Trunks and Vegeta, and they literally just passed a turn because they had probably 7 battle cards that they could swing with, but they just didn't, really have enough cards to be able to do that. So this is really nice. You pitch a card when you negate the attack, pay 2, and every time that they attack, they have to mill 4 cards, it works really well with the deck. For our extra cards, we're going to start off with only 3 copies of Dimension Magic, because we tend to have open energy a lot. The value of Dimension Magic in this particular deck is not as strong as it is in maybe some of the other blue decks. We do also run 2 of the Child's Army Reinforcements, which is your typical token negate. We do also run 2 Bojack Pirates Pride, which is going to allow you, once you counterattack and play the card, you mill the top card of your deck, and that only costs 1 to do. Another kind of stopper in the way of a negate is going to be the SSG Son Goku. When it's in rest mode, you basically can't be attacked on the leader from your opponent's cards. And then the last of the extra cards, and these have become really popular in this format. It hits a lot of the Z Battle cards, so I keep it at 2. Sometimes I'll side it out for something else, maybe one copy, but you always want to have one of these at least in your deck to help those battle cards that are coming in with 3 cost or less. 1 copy of King Cold. It's a 6 cost, no way around it, but it is dual attack. But when you play this card, your opponent places 5 cards from the top of their deck into their drop area. Didn't get a chance to get this one going today, but it's a really great addition to the deck. And then my SCR of choice is to stall out the game, Baby Hatchiyak.
Which always works out.
Yeah.
With that being said, thank you all for tuning in. Buttons, links, just stuff in the description. Have a great day.